welcome to our webinar today on expanding your career business into the medical industry. All of the audience members are going to be muted until the end, so feel free to ask any questions via the question box, and I will answer them during an open forum for Q&A at the end. So first, why medical courier services? Well, the medical courier market is at a pivotal moment of growth. Demand is soaring for specialized transportation of medical specimens and pharmaceuticals. The sector is projected to reach a staggering 114 billion by 2027. It's being propelled by trends like the rise in home healthcare and the critical need for rapid delivery of essential medical items. So, for instance, the home delivery of diagnostic services for chronic conditions such as diabetes or kidney disease, it continues to expand annually. Couriers are becoming indispensable within the healthcare ecosystem because of these sorts of things. By embracing innovation, the medical companies ensure sensitive medical items are transported in temperature controlled environments. So, today we're going to explore the challenges of medical logistics and how you can overcome them using advanced logistics management technology. We'll also share real world examples of companies like yours that are achieving success in this thriving industry. So there's a lot of questions that surround HIPAA compliance and specimen transfer. Oftentimes, couriers feel like there's a lot of legal hoops that they're going to need to jump through to be a medical courier. However, the barrier to entry is not as difficult as one may guess. So let's start with basics and cover the main questions of what is HIPAA compliance. Well, HIPAA was passed by Congress in 1996 and it aims to protect privacy of patients' medical information. Typically, any business entity that works with medical information is going to be required to comply with HIPAA's privacy rules and their security standards. If in any way your company has access to protected health information, which is also referred to as PHI, then you should be aware of the privacy rules and the HIPAA guidelines. So, what is considered PHI and what is not? Well, any kind of identifying information, such as personal names or residential addresses or phone numbers, are considered PHI. But if addresses and names are PHI, then how are logistics companies able to transfer samples from the hospital to the lab? How are medications able to be shipped in the mail? Or how are heart transplants able to be moved? The answer is that there is an exception to the use of PHI, and it's called the HIPAA conduit exception rule. A conduit is an entity that transports information, doesn't access it other than for transportation. So this exception allows couriers to transport PHI without being in violation of HIPAA. Next major healthcare logistics challenge is temperature. Specimen doesn't exist in a void where it's being transported from the draw site to the processing site. Studies show that there is significant medication waste due to spoilage. It's estimated that 5% or more of total pharmaceutical budgets in hospitals are accounting for this spoilage. Transporting temperature sensitive medical products like vaccines, tissue samples, and medications is going to require precision and reliability. The physical stability of the pharmaceutical products and viability of the specimens is going to be contingent not only upon the proper temperature control while in storage, but also on maintaining that necessary temperature range during pickup, transport, and delivery. Adverse factors such as temperature deviation, agitation, light exposure, and inadequate handling can affect some sample integrity. When a drug is transported in temperatures that are too high or too low, or it has light exposure, or it has inadequate handling just in general, its chemical stability is likely going to be impacted. So this could degrade the quality and render it unusable. The same goes for specimen and samples. Specimens and samples. The physical properties of a medical specimen, like the viscosity, the density, and even the form a specimen takes, they can all be altered by the temperature. Although dry ice is commonly used to ensure optimal temperature and maintain the integrity of the sample, it is a hazardous material and individuals must receive specialized training in its use. So it's important for the operations manager of a medical logistics company to be able to distinguish between drivers that have such specialized training and others that don't. Another major aspect of medical deliveries is ensuring time sensitive deliveries. Potentially avoidable costs of specimen redraws and recollections are estimated to cost the healthcare organizations between 420,000 and 1.04 million in less than a year. Delivering medical supplies to remote or underserved areas, or even traffic congested inner cities, is going to present unique logistical challenges. In rural communities, the vast differences between healthcare facilities and patients is going to give way to extended delivery times. And in contrast, in urban areas, navigating through busy city streets, dealing with traffic, and finding parking near healthcare facilities is going to be often a logistical nightmare for medical couriers. Without software tracking your dispatchers, it might be difficult to know which driver to add a stat order to. At times, there might be a dispute between the pickup location and the driver. The driver insists they were there. The staff says they didn't come on time or came too late. But if you implement scanning technology, the drivers can scan the location when they arrive and then subsequently scan every item that they pick up. In turn, those items can be scanned out when they're delivered. So, this allows for a much needed breadcrumb trail for these important items that they're picking up and dropping off. Another common delivery challenge is challenges include being able to quickly organize the routes for the day, as well as ensuring uh, that the drivers know the instructions of what to do at each specific location. Logistic management software can assist couriers in in delivering for hospitals and labs. The first problem that many labs, hospitals, and universities have is a lack of visibility. They're spending $4.5 trillion annually, yet many of them are unable to track their deliveries. Everyone can track, your lunch delivery from the deli to your doorstop, but many don't know where vital organs and controlled medical substances are. Every day, countless time sensitive packages like organs are being transported for transplant, and they're typically being tracked with a rudimentary system of paper manifests and phone calls. Logistics software allows you to streamline your operations, which makes you more valuable to your medical customers. Being able to create and optimize routes allows for medical delivery companies and internal courier departments to cut down on later missed pickups. The ability for your software to re-optimize routes when you receive a critical stat order allows you to integrate stops without compromising your usual routes. As we mentioned in the HIPAA section, safeguarding sensitive patient data and ensuring information security are always on top of mind for, they're always on top of mind for healthcare providers. Reporting is paramount to effectively run a lab or a hospital. So they also need to see the details of what was picked up and and what was dropped off, and also be able to access automated reports of driver on time performance. With better reporting, couriers and their customers are able to optimize their operations. Software also allows you to automate the chain of custody and ensure compliance with temperature logs. Having real time tracking to offer your customers is going to allow you to meet their regulatory standards. If you offer your customers train of custody tracking with barcode scannings and customizable protocols, then it allows you to ensure compliance. You can accurately document every step of the process, all the way down to the details of what color tops the vials inside of the bag that you're picking up are. Software is also going to allow you to offer real-time updates to your customers and healthcare providers. They can automatically receive status updates on all of their deliveries. And this is going to allow you to offer full visibility to your clients and also gives accountability for your drivers as well as their staff. Software is also going to allow you to identify your delivery trends and pain points. Knowing these is going to allow you to streamline your operation and remove any inefficiencies that you are currently working with. So there is a couple examples I'll go over of how technology has helped some of our customers. First one, we had a courier company that came to us about to lose a large hospital customer. Their customer was angry because they were missing the scheduled pickup times on routes. They missed the times because they were adding these on demand stat orders throughout the day to regular routes, and they had little insight about how it was going to affect their regular stop ETAs. Our software was able to help them keep their customer because they could see the updated ETAs when they added the stop to their driver's itinerary. This allowed them better insight into which driver was better suited at the time to take that stat order. Our logistics platform offers innovative tools such as route optimization and AI driven dispatching to be able to adjust your delivery routes uh, and be able to identify the optimal medical courier drivers that are needed to handle the job. We are powered by AI and machine learning, and our medical logistics solution ensures pickups and drop offs happen efficiently and on time, minimizing transit times, and will streamline your supply chain. The next scenario I have is another one of our customers came to us because they were having issues with transporting temperature sensitive vaccines. The drivers were doing runs and would pick up the specimens and samples, but have no reference to what was needed to be kept at what temperature. When they implemented our software, they were able to, it was able, they were able to, it was able to allow them to inform the driver on what they were picking up and how it should be handled when they got there. It was also, uh, it also made it able to with our software, they're also able to integrate with a temperature controlled device that they keep in their coolers in order to ensure that the specimen was kept at a stable temperature the entire time it was with the courier so that they could report and prove that. On top of that, our software was able to allow their dispatchers to only select specific drivers for jobs that require specific certifications for handling sensitive items. The final scenario that I have here um, is having a logistics software in place has helped our customers win bids with hospitals because we offer robust security for the data transfer of that patient information. We are compliant with HIPAA standards and we are SOC2 compliant. SOC2 is a cybersecurity compliance framework, and the primary purpose of it is to ensure that third party service providers store and process client data in a secure manner. So, this extra security offers our customers uh, a secure way of protecting sensitive patient data and hospital information.